will start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion, the tight end. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now it's Burrow. His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Mo Alley-Cox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Buying time to his left. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them when they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Trying to find Jameson Williams, and now it's second down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Gibbs straight ahead. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen from the gun on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. From the 22 now, here's second down at a yard. Here's Allen. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Allen going to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And again, it's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Allen taking it himself. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the 1. Montgomery will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. T. Higgins is the intended target, and it's third down. You talk about this Lions defense.
Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Ross on the return.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
At their own 46-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Play action. Now it's Allen. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and...
Again, it's Guerrero.
But he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
A gain of 9 yards.
On play action, Allen.
That is caught by Laporta.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's good for 28 yards.
That's good for the Lions. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
At their own 30-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive? Because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
3rd and 5. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. 21-0 our score after one. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now Burrow going to change things up. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here's Burrow. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now Allen. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. Keon Coleman, 45 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Play action. It's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
While 3 completions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know. Looking ahead.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jameson Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Now the try here for the point after. Now the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Burrow will throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there and a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Allen now looks to throw. Eluding the pressure. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Burrow looking to pass. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Man open, that's Ja'Marr Chase, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now Burrow. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mike Gesicki as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, did you say hyperbolic?
I did. Thank you. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They begin on the ground with Guerendo. And a short pickup to about the 25. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Another try for Guerendo. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
He's airing it out for Williams. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams. 65 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
A gain of 26 yards.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
2nd and 10. At the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Allen going to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught at the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams 57 yards. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
It's a gain of 10. And the Bengals first down.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. It's Brian Branch with it. Down the left sideline. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
Again, it's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after here coming up. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter.
63, Bengals 14. Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 18.
Here's Allen. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Keon Coleman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with career touchdown number 60. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was... And now here is another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So after the INT, it's Allen. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Throwing now is Allen. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. To the air, Allen. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right, Pat.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Isaac Guerrero from 13 yards out. And the Lions are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Burrow. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They're going to look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's Guerrero on first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the fourth quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in a blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run for it with Achane.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And now here's another interception.
It's Brian Branch with it.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
So Allen's going to look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Second and 10.
Here's Allen to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On play action, Allen.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He'll buy some time right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Without much defensive resistance on that drive, and really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. That's taken in by Palmer. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Open man, it's Palmer.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly.